friends and neighbors, Tesuigi at the desk with the Saturday Scouts, the debut edition. Thank you so much, DishNet, for the official Out of the Park Developments raid. Much appreciated. This is the first time I am playing Honkball Hoofdklasse, and I hope I am honking the pronunciation properly. This is one of the newest licensed leagues available in Out of the Park Baseball. It only got introduced officially last game cycle, and had I known, I would have been playing Honkball instead of KBO with my last save. I announced the Saturday Soren before it was officially made official that Honkball was going to be in Out of the Park 25, so I am wasting no time and doing it now. You will note two things about Honkball Hoofdklasse right off the hop. One is that the season is incredibly short. Only 42 games. So part of the reason I named the episode Setting the Pace is because I need to figure out what the right pace is going to be for how many games we're going to be playing. I suspect the right thing to do is just to until RISP most of them, quick sim anything I don't have a modded stadium for, and then play out the rest, or at least until RISP it. We'll still play through the first game of each stream. The second, there's only 8 teams here. And I thought, okay, there's gotta be more. The Netherlands is known as the best baseball nation in Europe. And there are. So it turns out, up until recently, there was a promotion relegation system between Hoofdklasse and what they called Overgangsklasse. Now, there isn't promotion and relegation between Hoofdklasse and the other levels, except for last season when Quick Amersfoort bounced down to Eerste Klasse, which is first class. So, me being me, and you know how well I do with crazy ideas, I added those 3 lower levels. So, Eerste Klasse features teams like the Onze Gazellen, the Kapel aan den IJssel Eurostars, Den Haag Storks, which really is the Hague Storks. I don't have the official jerseys or anything like that for them made yet. There we go. But Storks actually have won Holland series before. Some of these team names I had to include the what's it called? City in the front. It's Wallace! Thank you for the subscription! But you'll recognize DSS if you played Honkball last season. Because DSS and their Harlem buddies Kinheim were merged and did a single team. Now DSS is on its own here in Eerste Klasse. Another thing, if you look at the actual standings, is that there are more teams, but they have the farm teams or the lower level clubs for each of the Hoofdklasse teams. So like Busum HCAW has 3 teams, the Pirates have 4, the Pioneers have 1. So they're in the lower levels. In addition to Eerste Klasse, we have Tweede Klasse, which is in 2 pools. Some of the team names are great. The Ritterkirk Rowdies, the Houten Dragons, the Hazenkamp playing out of Nijmegen, the Kromenie Krom Tigers. The Textown Tigers actually won a championship or 2. And down in the Derde Klasse, which hopefully I do not need to make the Vierde Klasse, we have teams like the Heer Hugevard Herons, the Alpen aan den Rijn Alfians, the Gouda Braves, Amsterdam Quick, the longest continuously operating baseball team in the Netherlands. And again, with the awesome names like Vlaardingen Holy. So the way it'll work is that one team from each division from Derde Klasse will get promoted to Tweede Klasse, with one getting relegated. More on player comps later. Needless to say, Honkbal is nowhere near even the KBO in terms of player quality. One team each from the Tweede Klasse goes up, divisions go up to Eerste Klasse, with 2 getting relegated. One team from Eerste Klasse into Hoofdklasse. They're up to 6 levels in the Dutch pyramid, by the way. And unlike the KBO, unlike League Redacted, unlike other leagues, this is very much a semi-pro league. Only 2 teams in the entire league actually charge for admission in real life. So of the 4 teams, of which there are mods to play the stadiums, the Pirates, the Pioneers, Honkbal Club Allen Veerbaar, and Haarlem Kinheim, the team with the fewest championships is the Pioneers, and that's why I chose them. They also have the newest ballpark. Sport Park Pioneers was built relatively recently. I want to say it was built like in the 2010s. They were hoping to host Major League Baseball there. Like, it is expandable up to a few hundred, that or a few 10,000 folks, but right now I believe it only hosts 1,000. So what we're going to do, we're going to zoom through the early part of the off season, because Lord knows we could use the help. Before we play our first game, we are going to do the Mob Your Bob giveaway, similar to Call Your Shot, but all the options are bobs. And even if I pack an iron or a bronze bob, you can win. Don't need to worry about knowing all the bobs in the game. The form has the options. And because it's me and because I like to do custom out of the park uniforms, you can see my work in the Red Rock League. The project Isekai no Yakyu that brings a Japanese league back into out of the park baseball, just a fictional one, as well as some minor tweaks to Honkbal Hoofdklasse like jersey fonts and the new home uniform for Haarlem Kinheim. You can also win a custom out-of-the-park uniform set from yours truly. Now, like KBO, there is a foreign player limit in Honkbal Hoofdklasse. 5 foreign players. And in real life, they tend to be the only ones who actually get paid. Now, the benefit is anyone who is signed or coming over from Curaçao, Aruba, Bonaire, Sint Maarten, gets Dutch second nationality, so they do not count against the foreign player cap. Taking a look at the league, the best players in it, we got guys like Quinn Cotton coming over from, it looks like Charlotte Double A. As you can tell, foreign players can do really well in this league. Shervin Newton for a domestic option, Curaçao slugger from Willemstad. Looks like a really good third baseman. He joins the Honkbal League from the Philadelphia Phillies the Royals organization. Guys like Steen Vandermeer, Oliver van der Viest. I'm going to love saying the names. Marnix Rubin. Now, it's also worth noting, if you go to the league settings and go to look at player stats and AI, this is not a home run hitting league. Extra bases? Yes. Balls in play? Yes. So lots of errors. Home runs? Not so much. So we have to keep that in mind in building our club. Here's who we've got right now. Pitching, we are in deep trouble. Our best pitcher is 49-year-old Eddie O'Coin. You read that correctly. 49-year-old. And he's had a storied international career. I actually had to take a look on this. Formerly played in the indie leagues in the early 2000s. Then moved over to Hoofdklasse. Played with the Pioneers in 2010, 2011, 2013, and came out of retirement in 2023. He's still with the club. Bananas. Home run suppression, great. PBAP suppression, issue. Michael Bennett, one of our other foreigners. A lot of youngsters, like Levi de Graaf. 16 years old, again, semi-pro. So these are guys who are just figuring out this whole baseball thing. Our closer is Sven Hoyer. Looks like he took a 6-year break away from the game. And then we take a look at the batters. More issues. We got Dumitrescu, who probably should be an outfielder. Kevin Viegers, who definitely should be a first baseman. And in fact, I'd probably start him there once we get an actual scout. Gotta love the name, Max Fonk. However, we do have one of the best prospects in all of the Netherlands in Tyrell Mercado. Hometown boy from Hoofddorp. Profiles well, but you take a look compared to if he was a KBO player and if he was a major leaguer. We're getting red stars, man. So, we gotta flesh out our pitching or our staff. I went ahead and made some offers. We got Ben Johnson as our hitting coach. Outstanding. Robert Perez as our pitching coach. Drew Toussaint as our scout. I'm trusting the devs in saying you don't need to go for a highly favored tools guy this time around. We're going to go for someone who favors ability. Okoye Dixon and Ferenc Jongajan as our infield coaches. Jongajan being actually Dutch might help with some of the language. And Luo Wei Jin from Guangzhou as our primary bench coach. Going to be interesting to see how things go. Spring training is also incredibly short. We only have one. We are absolutely taking the Netherlands job offer. So we will be managing the Dutch team in the World Baseball Classic when the time comes. Oh, and we got our team trainer. Prevent arm injuries, legendary. Very important. Oh, someone wants a higher offer. Let's go 3 years and let's tackle... Oh, I really shouldn't probably not blow my budget on my scout. Yeah, because the budget, folks, slim pickings. We're first in Honkbal with a budget in the millions. All right. So some of our foreign guys we've asked for would be Gideon Marlin. Looking for someone who can play shortstop, third base, middle infield sort of thing. Enrique Starling Hatma. I need better local players, basically. All right, Ben Johnson wants a better offer. Let's crank you up to a little bit more. All right, so we got Gideon Marlin and Enrique Starling Hotma. We got our third base coach and our scout. Awesome. Unfortunately, we now barely have any money. So I'm going to have to turn down our scouting budget and our development budget just so we can afford to get more guys. We're also looking to get deals with Franklin Van Gerp, just on the name. Yizyar Clodita from Curacao, hoping to be our new center fielder. We'll put in a scouting request on him. Stein van der Schaaf to be our new ace. Pedro Hernandez to be a foreign player from Panama. Again, I want a shortstop, and if he develops, he could be very tasty. And Malcolm Marlin, probably up the middle. I want our scout to actually see some of these guys. So there's plenty of foreign players out there. Problem is, can we get them? We are at least early off the hop in terms of signing players. Got our pitching coach. Van Gerp wants to wait. Ditto for Clodita. See who's getting signed. Shawan Dunston Jr. heads to the RCH Penguins. Juris Familia, at 35 years old, heads to UVV Utrecht. Daniel Brito to Curacao Neptunus. Okay, so if you're wondering why there's so few teams who have championships, that's because this league is heavily tilted to two teams in particular. Curacao Neptunus, playing in Rotterdam, have won 20 Honkbal Hoofdklasse titles. First in 1981, the most recent last year. The Amsterdam Pirates have won 7. First in 1987, the most recent 2 years ago. The other teams ahead of them do not exist. Kinheim has won 5, the most recent in 2012. Honkbal Club Allen Verbar has won 3, first in 96, last in 2022. And then the Pioneers have won exactly 1 in 1997. And that's why we're playing as them. So Gideon Marlin picked up the biggest contract of the bunch. The hope is that he can help alleviate some of our headaches. Let's keep going. Van Gerp joins the team. Clodita does. We got our scouts. And we're just going to have to wait a long time for the foreign players to come into our price range. Nicaragua, Germany, South Africa, and Colombia get out of the qualifiers. Chinese Taipei didn't? What happened? They went 0 for 3. Oh no! The second best team in the world, according to the WBSC rankings, not going. To the championship. All right, Pedro Hernandez wants more money. Yeah, we can meet that. All right, so we got struggling, frustrated. I mean, he's marked as a catcher. He really should be an infielder. Not sure how that's going to go. So far, everyone in the dev complex is frustrated. Pedro H. joins the team as our new starting shortstop. No offense to Lucas Van Gorkum, but probably better in the outfield. over Mark Schmidt and Tom Holkammer. Yeah, Holkammer definitely belongs in the reserves. You can see some folks want Primo Dinero to actually come to our league. And we can't afford to buy from the indie clubs, because that's, what, $250,000, and we can barely scrape nickels together? Our scout's going to need some time to figure out who we want. Let's take a scouting report on Edouard Bolivar. We don't have a good catcher yet, so let's wait and see what happens there. Because it's a shorter season, we also start later. We are definitely going to fend off another player or another team. Alright, so Clotita doesn't have the range we thought he did. Oh well. Steen van der Schaaf, definitely we want to get. Malcolm Marlin, I want him. And Pedro Hernandez? 65, yeah, I'll take that. Of course, the guy we actually signed is the one who isn't as good as the original scout said. No improvement, poor. Successful for improved infield defense. Alright, Heemskirk might be our second baseman in due time. Nothing, and poor. Okay. Scout likes Bolivar. Let's make it a 3-year deal. Alright, so we got Stein van der Schaaf to join the team. Let's get Van Gerp, Hernandez, Hatma, Marlin. Now, we only need a 4-man rotation because of how few games we actually play. Van Gerp being our primary stopper works. Actually, having a starting closer or a starting catcher is a good thing. Okay, so if we have Starling Hatma, does he become our DH? We got to think about this. All right, so we got Bolivar. I think that's our 5-man foreign limit. We got 1 Panamanian, 2 Americans, and a Venezuelan. Okay, so we can get 1 more. How much budget we got? 82 grand. Okay, who can we actually sign? Oh, we're waiting on getting Marlin in. Okay. Let's find a starting pitcher who'd be willing to slum it with us. Fernando Romero could be interesting. Hey, we could bring in Disco from Antonio Velez. Let's offer him 55K and see if he'll go for it. The spring training starting soon. We got to make some decisions. Spring training only being a week, so it really is spring. All right, so we got Antonio Velez as our 5th and final foreigner. I think that'll about finish our team signings. And Marlin doesn't want to come here. The Athletics, is that Hollywood or is that West Sacramento is the question. I covet this man. Better get here fast. All right, Let's get let's not bother with actually like trying to manage the club. All right, so Velez as our primary starter. Vanderschaft, Bennett, and O'Coin. I like that. Take a look at the pitching ratings. All right, so Alden Stacey can bounce to the reserve roster. Ditto for Levi DeGraff. Let's get him on the reserve roster so we can actually improve. And Maxwell Corneliuson. That looks like our bullpen then. Now, batters. Starling Hatma as our primary catcher. No, it's going to be Bolivar, but at least now we can send down guys like Gisbertha. Gisbertha down. Belliards down. We'll run 2 catchers. That already makes our life that much easier. Pedro Hernandez at short. Let's go with Gedeon Marlin at third, because Max Vonk is not it. I'm actually the manager of the club, too, so I can fiddle with things as we go. So, hey, Kato Ring, thank you for the follow. Van Gorkum at first. Okay, I can get behind that. I also wouldn't mind seeing Starling Hatma as a DH option over Mevison. I want the big bats. Our starting center fielder being Mercado makes me nervous, but... Wait a minute, where's the guy we just signed? Where's Geisiar? Oh, he was on the minor league roster. Ha ha ha. I want Geisiar in left. I'd rather have him than Schmidt. Yeah, and we're going to send Willem down. So Gedeon Marlin, Schmidt, Bolivar, Clotilde. We'll go with Mercado leading off, sure. And then let's swap in Starling Hatma at DH. Let's see how this goes. Remember, we're coming up close to the end of the giveaway, so if you haven't gotten your Bob vote in yet, might want to try it. Oof, we lost 11-0 to Ufau. That stinks. Malcolm Marlin heads also there. That's less than ideal. Peter Van Kloster says playing for 500 ball. Okay. Pedro Hernandez and Stein Vanderschaft end up on the top prospects list. We are starting the season at home. Shoot, I thought we were going to be on the road, folks. We want the funk. Gotta have that funk. I thought we were going to be on the road, so I don't have a lineup prepped yet. Shoot. Well, might as well get the music going. I will be right back as well. I got to get something to drink. Mob Your Bob coming up soon. Get your votes in before the song ends. We got 14 responses in. Today's broadcast is powered by Clifford Brewing Company, Dark Streets of London. Closest thing to a Dutch beer I had in my fridge. Not SpawnCon, just what I'm sipping. Ah. Happy Saturday night, folks. So as you can see, that's a lot of packs, and I just claimed all the remaining drops from DishNet stream. We got 14 responses in. Some calls for iron, some calls for, a lot of calls for diamond. Going to be very interesting to see who comes out of these packs. Let's go. No way! Right, oh, I gotta turn my sound on for these. Right out the chute! Heavy Johnson. Sadly, I don't think his real name is Bob. But that means that two people are going to be getting custom out-of-the-park uniform sets from yours truly, Magus and Whack-A-Mole, unless a 102 shows up. So, if you want him, he's up for 5 and 4 9s. Literally the first pack. We dodged a bullet. Let's see, we got another diamond. This is Jose Alvarado. Oh, someone's got a buy order up for him. We'll fill that. If I can't pack the bobs, I will buy the bobs. This is the Bob Cajun Bob's theme team, by the way. This is the longest running theme team I have run in EBC's theme team crew. Bob or nothing. Bobby is okay. So that's who we're looking for. Oh, we got a variant inbound. Drew Pomeranz. Not a Bob. So up into the auction house he goes. There we go. We got Bob Will. We have 1, 2 calls of an iron or bronze Bob. So, hey, a different Jason and Guankus. You're getting a complimentary pack tonight. Nicely done. And Nick Swisher, who cannot play on this team. So he's going up for, let's be nice, 1 3 9s. There's our second Bob. It's Bob Barr. Ooh, the bronze Bob that was called, oh sorry, Kynan also got called a iron or bronze Bob, so he also gets a pack. Bob Barr called, duplicate, but we nobody called him exactly, so no improvements. If you subscribe or if you follow on the channel, you should be able to get a Bob emoji. Toss a few of those. Mike Svengros, that's a lovely last name. Silver Bob, this is Bobby Mercer. Did anyone call Bobby Mercer? No, but we did get 2 people calling a Silver Bob, so Shodai and Famarte, y'all are walking out of here with 5 standard packs. Way to go, way to go! Loving that we're getting some Bobs out of these packs. It's always best early in the cycle to do these giveaways because the card pool is smaller and not as dilute. Greg Cadaret. I'm not sure if that actually counts for my Francophonies French last names team. We'll see. Yeah, Roger Maris. Robert Stevenson, but Robert is not Bob. Double Manuel Rodriguez, for what it's worth. Brian Bello. Ryan Brassier, who does play for the Francophonies team. The Bobs have disappeared. Come on. There's another one, and someone actually called Bob Walk on the nose. So congrats to Shodai. That's now 10 standard packs. Someone mobbed their Bob exactly. Congratulations. LLJKGSG, thank you for the follow. Gene Tennis, let's play tennis with you and pop you up on the cardstock market. Roy Howell from the Blue Jays. Hey, there's a Dutch last name, William van Landingham. Sadly, I don't think the Honkball alumni's team is going to have too many players. Hilgendorf. There's Bob Ganley, but I don't believe anyone called him. No. A lot of people called Diamond Bobs. 2 people called the same Gold Bob. 2 people called Perfect Bobs. Someone wants the big prize. There's Milt Schaffner from the... Can't tell which team that is. Boston Robins? Yeah, catering. Someone else picked Brenly. There's Long Bob, Bob Johnson. No one called exact, so on we continue. There's a Rob and Rob Makoviak. There's a Bubba. Bob Coluccio. No one called him. But we're getting all the bronze Bobs, so plenty of opportunities. Hey, Kevin Pillar. I recognize that name. Osvaldo Bido. Val Picanich, like the name. Former Hanshin Tiger Robert Suarez. Leo Durocher, who I was just talking about with Dishnet. Austin Wells, who started a burrito rating Instagram channel. I kid you not. Bob Logan. Come on, we want to see the bigger Bobs. TJ Antone. Historical gold for the Red Legs. Make someone's night good. Case patented Ed Taubensee. I also want to get back to game action because Rob Hoffman Valley, the home stadium of Busum HCAW and Sport Park Pioneers, both provided by Flying Canuck. So we are going to be playing all 3 of those games to start the 2025 season. Ben Cantwell looks like an interesting looking card. Jose Ramirez as a live diamond. Sell him on the market. We're going to be buying some Bobs tonight, let me tell you. Kurt Clefairy. Gene, I'm not sure if I can say that on stream. Good Canadian kid, Cal Quantrill. Also, Nick Pivetta. Sol Taguchi. Oh yeah, the Tokyo Series celebration. Y'all remember... I was goaded into playing a League Redacted theme team by Spore, dropping that content set. That was custom made for me, basically. Me and Slinky on the theme team Discord. There's Bob Osborne. Nope. Dan Gladden, who I just purchased on said League Redacted theme team. Played in the 1994 Japan Series, which aired in North America in place of the World Series. All right, we're into the silver packs now. Maybe we'll see. There's Bob McDonald. Bob McDonald had a card. E-I-E-I-O. Bob Kearney. We are just getting all the iron and bronze Bobs tonight. Another Billy Ashley. We do have one gold pack among the set here. Bob Osborne. Truck Hannah is a great name. Zack Eflin of the Orioles. Bob Boole. Colton Cowser of the Baltimore Orioles. We'll drop him into the market. Still a few packs left to go. Yandy Diaz, who I have a soft spot for after the Saturday Seafarers, my Chiba Pirates stream. Kazuhisa Ihi. Gold pack inbound. Who is the final pack going to have? Max Fried. So that will bring an end to Mob Your Bob. Congratulations to the winners. Oh, wait. Nope, those have already been ripped. Do I have enough? No, I still don't have enough to get Bobby Witt Jr. Shoot. I will once that Heavy Johnson card moves. So, congratulations to the winner. Shodai for 10 standard packs. Famarte for 5. And then 1 each for Guankus, Kainan 360, and a different Jason. Magus and Whack-A-Mole, I will reach out to you two on Discord to get your custom Out of the Park uniform set arranged. Folks who won packs, look for them in the next week or so. Wait, what do you mean we still don't have a bench coach? How long has that been open? Yeah, we need to hire a, oh, Salazar is not going to work well with our personables. Oh boy. I guess we got to retract that offer. Timmons struggles with personable. Struggles with personable. Is personable. I guess we'll go with Rene Gonzalez. I guess I run the team. This is my show. And we start off our first game of Out of the Park 26 Honkball Hoofdklasse at Sport Park Pioneers. Bussum, HCAW, on the road. Against your Hoofddorp Pioneers. So Gideon Marlin did figure out a little bit of third base. He's still working on it. Delano Selasa from Amsterdam. former member of the Pirates organization and the Quebec Remparts. I know what you're thinking. That's a small grandstand. Yes. So man on first for Alex Madeira. Curaçaoan, formerly played with the Amsterdam Pirates, now playing with Busum. Fly ball to right. That'll fall in front of Yaisyar. First to third, and nobody out, and Bonavacia has opportunities. The Curaçaoan, formerly part of Neptunus. Why is Velez already at 7 in the green on 7 pitches? What? Why is everyone tired? Oh, this is bad. All right, so Clotita does make the first out. That'll bring up Marnix Rubin. 2-1 on the way. Down to third, picked up by Marlin. Gideon Marlin. That'll bring up Victor Dreyer. 2 down. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We get through the first game. Oh, it's because for spring training, everyone pitched. Oh, no. And I don't think my game saved either. Because I cut all the pitchers. Ugh. Well, I have given myself a handicap right out the chute. Dennis Bergersdijk. Big changeup. Long-time honkballer. This Verper previously played for Busum, Almere, Utrecht, the Pirates. Mercado lifts this to center. Easy play there by Trump. That's Chadwick's brother, Giandro. Clotita, the 1-2 on the way. Chopped up the middle, and we got our first base hit of the season. Here's Marlin. Looks like Bergersdijk also short on stamina. I'm wondering if the stats and AI are a little bit bonkers for Honkball, because that's unexpected. Line by Schmidt to left center field. That's going to clank off the wall. Clotita will round second and head for third, and he will hold up there. It's a 2-out double for Mark Schmidt. Bolivar up against Bergersdijk. Fly ball to left, and that will end the bottom of the first. Pioneers get 2 hits, but no runs. Just van den Ovelen into the game now. Trying to get some extra innings, some short at-bats to Johnny Holstaff this game. Julian Goins. Popped into foul territory. Easy play there for Perez, or Bolivar. Here's Awesomes. Fly ball to right. Clotita played in front of him. Zico Atmopowiro. That's a name. That'll be a walk. Back-to-back walks issued by Van den Ovelen. And a line drive to center field, base hit. I cannot wait for an actual break day. Yeah, this is pitching in Amsterdam, or in Honkbal, folks. Just make it out. Everyone going station to station. It's 4-0. Semlauf into the game. And he walks the first batter he sees. Popped up on the infield. Playable. And caught. Mercifully, the top of the second is over, but HCAW leads by a score of 5-0. Van Gorkum with a leadoff walk. Here's Pedro Hernandez, the foreign shortstop. He works the walk. Jasper Elfrink pitching. That's a wild pitch. It's going to clank off Goins. And there's 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Terrence Heems working at the plate. Popped up to shortstop. Awesomes makes the grab. Enrique Starling Hotma, the DH. Into foul territory, Goins makes the squeeze here. Are we seriously going to strand both of them? Anthony Boyks. Bois? And Mercado gets plunked. And he's out of the ball game. Oh no. Who's our backup outfielder? Dumitrescu will enter the game as a pinch runner. He'll take over in left field, moving Schmidt to right. And Clotita will be our new center fielder. This game just has error issues written all over it. We're going to send one of our starting pitchers into the bullpen to get loose. Probably Bennett. Yeesh. To first, through the first baseman's wickets. Clotita picks up an RBI with 2 down, and the Pioneers have their first runs of the season. Bois is actually an American. Looks like he's a two-way dude. Interesting. Gideon Marlin, one of the big free agent signings. He works a full count walk. Mark Schmidt now. Spring training for everyone, folks. Bum, bum. Lars Lugori into the game to deal with Edouard Bolivar. Fly ball heading foul. Dreyer makes the grab. Lauf going to try and go for a little bit longer. Grounded to first. Easy play there by Van Gorkum. Lauf's day is done. Michael Bennett into the game. The American fastball, curveball, changeup. More importantly, he's rested. He only threw 22 pitches a few days ago. Trying to get some long relief here and mop up this game. Two down now for Atmo Power. I can't say that name. Atmo Poirot. Floating to center field. Clotita can't get a handle on it. Delano Salasa. Fourth pitch of the game for our relief guy. It's going to take me a while to learn all these names. Bennett at least is well rested. Chopped up the middle. Diving play. Can't come up with it. Heemskirk can't make the grab. 6-7. Bennett's stuff is just getting bonked around. That'll be caught by Hernandez. Van Gorkum, Hernandez, Heemskirk. Roll to first base. Dreyer makes the grab. Interesting thing about the series in Honkball Hoofdklasse as well. They are home, away, home for a 3-game series. Slow roller to short. Bunch of people diving for it. Awesomes makes the play. And Heems. 2 down. 0-1. Drill to left field. Is that gone? No. Ruben makes the grab on the warning track. Loudest hit we've had all day. Roll to third. Oh, that's got error written all over it. Marlin biffs it. Van Gorkum. It's past him. Victor Dreyer. Lined right to the shortstop Hernandez. 1 away. Leandro Trump. Rolled back to the pitcher. 2 down. Bennett makes the out 1-3. Here's the catcher Goins. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Just the error. No score. First 0 hung up by the Pioneers pitchers. Starling Hatma. On the ground to the third baseman. Going to be a tough play. Salasa makes the charge. 1 away. Dumitrescu. Fly out to center field. Here's Clotita. If Mercado's injured long-term, we got issues. That looks like it could be a broken hand. At the very least, Michael Bennett is giving us innings. Easy play there for Dumitrescu. Man, why didn't we start him? He's pitching like a gem. Marlin, Schmidt, Bolivar up against Liguori. Marlin will work the walk. Sedley Carroll into the game to face Mark Schmidt. To the first baseman, that's 3-6-3. A double play by Dreyer and Awesomes. Bolivar, 1-1. Popped up behind the backstop. Trump will make the grab. Quiet inning for both teams. No scoring since top of the third. Credit where credit is due. Michael Bennett has done a job to limit the damage by these HCAW players. Marnix Rubin, the left fielder. Line to right field. Going to be a tough play. That's off the clubhouse. Schmidt's throw is into second, but the runner is going to end up at third. It's a triple by Rubin. Dreyer shoots this past the first baseman and into right field. Busum now leads 7-3 over Hofdorp. Clotita will make the catch in center field. Van Gorkum, the first baseman. Opposite field, Salasa makes their play. Pedro Hernandez now. Heemskirk, the second baseman. Roll to short. Awesomes has been busy tonight. Just the 3 hits for Hoofdorp. Rolled up the middle. Hernandez dives. Can't come up with it. Infield single. Here's Awesomes. Past Heemskirk and into center field. Come on, man. You got... The team needs to make a play. Come on. Bases loaded, nobody out for Salasa. There is no help coming, Bennett. It's all you. A fielder's choice for 1. Heemskirk can't turn 2. Runners at the corners with 1 out for Alex Madera. He'll get the walk from Bennett. Bonavacia. Another walk, and it's 9-3. Fly ball to center. Clotita charging. Throw home is a good one. 2 down for Victor Dreyer. Did I mention the Pioneers are not supposed to be a good team this year? So yeah, it turns out that in the Netherlands, according to friend of the channel, Oogie Ball, that they don't do take me out to the ball game for the 7th inning stretch. Just about every team plays meet me in St. Louis for some reason. So I interpreted that, or I was able to grab a sound file of that and tossed it in the sounds folder for each of the teams. Jasper Popkin. At this point, the plan is to save the bullpen. Give everyone a couple days off. Clotita 2 for 3 today. Not bad. Marlin to center field. That ends the bottom of the 7th. Deep in the hole, Hernandez in time. Great throw to Van Gorkum. Called strike 3 on Julian Goins. Here's Awesomes, the shortstop. 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Fly ball to deep center field. Clotita. Just like completely no issues there. Schmidt now. Into foul territory, and there you can see some of the other practice diamonds. Sam Freeman, stopper out of the bullpen. Formerly a member of the Gastown gang. Actually, I don't know what GAS in the Indie Leagues is, but he basically took last year off. In here to go a couple innings against the Pioneers. HCAW by 6. Van Gorkum to center field. Easy play there by Tromp. Here's Zico. Strikeout victim of Bennett. Drilled deep to left field. Is that the first home run? No. Dumitrescu on the track makes the grab. Madera gets plunked. Bonifacia. Roll to third. Marlins throw across the diamond is on the money this time. So the Pioneers have to make up 6 runs with 3 outs. Odds are not good. Hemskirk. Through the right side for a base hit. 2 diving infielders. And Hemskirk's aboard. Starling Hatma. Roll to second. That will be a game-ending double play. Busum steals this one. HCAW 9, Pioneers 3. Well, at least we rested the bullpen. Michael Bennett pitches as close to a quality start as you could get. We are going to have to wait and see on Tyler Mercado. We may have to call up a guy like Miles Burleson or something. We got a day off. Mercado still injury pending. Okay, we got our bench coach, thank goodness. So we got Rene Gonzalez, Okoye Dixon, Gonzalez, and Ferenc Yongayan. All right, we can make that work. Still no sign of Tyrell Mercado, so we are going to have to make a move. Kevin Wiegers down to the reserve roster. Miles Burleson coming up. And we head to Rob Hoffman Valley. And we'll until wrist this one. After this series, I have stuff in the mail to share with you. Aaron Brooks, the starting pitcher. Another guy who's coming up with a really weird low stamina. I wonder if something's going on with the starter stamina that's causing the issue. I may just have to move to openers. I don't know. Bolivar works the walk, and the bases are full with 2 down for Luca Van Gorkum. Fly ball to right. Bonifacia makes the grab. We load him up and we do nothing with him. Yeah, something's up with all the starting pitchers. At least the rest of the bullpen is getting rested. Velez is rested. Maybe we'll just piggyback Velez into the game where he's supposed to be starting. That's a wild pitch at Skitter's Pack Bolivar. O'Coin still needs a little bit of work. Sherman Marlin. HCAW takes the lead. Antonio Velez. We saw him 2 days ago. Picks up a strikeout here. Full count, bases loaded walk. We've given up more runs on those than seemingly anything. Beautiful view of the ballpark here, though. Awesomes doubles the lead. Toss Sprecking to the warning track. No luck. All right, we got an RBI triple from Dumitrescu. Come on, Clotita. Yard to the scoreboard. And it's 4-2. Pioneers making some noise. Marlin. Roll to second. That could be a double play, and it will be. Velez at least seems to be doing better. Thank you for the follow, Cheese. Cheese ball. So I'm going to check the stats after this. Stats and AI and see what the heck happened to every single starter. Swinging on 3-0. You fool! Clotita standing at second. Velez, 3 2/3 innings. Marlin to center. Tromp makes the grab, 2 down. Here's Schmidt. Sedley Carell gives up a 2-out RBI. The Pioneers have a chance to spoil Busum's home debut. Nope, no RBI, just a regular single. Bolivar will ground out to the second baseman, Madera. Pioneers left off the board. Runners at the corners again. Heems now. Heemskirk holds his swing. Sam Freeman. Stopper trying to get a stop here. Clotita to right. Will the runner tag? No, of course not. Why would we do something like that? Line to center field. That's going to be trouble. That could tie the game. Tromp will not catch it. It's a 2-out RBI. Double. Hernandez goes to third. But the Pioneers take the lead. Sven Hoyer getting loose in the bullpen.
Strike 3. Strike 3.
Velez turning it on now. Fly ball to right. Schmidt ends the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers have a lead. Sven Hoyer into the game. The team's setup man. Part of me wonders if it's just oh no. First home run of the season. Busum leads 6-5. Part of me wonders if it's just because spring training was so short. Clotita, 2-0 against the left-hander on the mound. Fly ball to right. Top of the 8th is over. Martin Schmidt into the game. He immediately is in trouble. Sim Nyman getting loose. Clotida. Busum asserting themselves back on top in this series. Sam Nyman out of the Pioneers bullpen. To third. That could be around the horn. No, it'll just be a fielder's choice. Hemskirk had to get around the sliding runner. Ruben has the first home run of the season for HCAW. Liner over the short second baseman's head. Hemskirk can't come up with it. Another run will score. I'm just going to treat this series as extended spring training, basically.
Strike three.
Okay. Strike three to end the bottom of the eighth. Let's get Van Gerp loose just in case. Come on, Van Gorkum.
Strike three.
HCAW wins this by another 9-run effort. We had a chance. Okay, let's figure this out. What the heck is going on? So that is the stock starting and relief pitcher stamina, by the way. KBO's at 8.5. Honk ball's at 1. Just for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to change this to 0.25 across the leagues. We'll see if that improves matters. Still looking for our first win. Lars Hoyer on the bump for Busum. We're going to go with Stein Vanderschaff. He says he's rested. Yeah, it has to be a rust factor or something. Infield is in. Nick Los getting loose in the bullpen. Come on, just a double play. Strikeout works too. Good work there by Stein. Nick Los in to deal with the mess. Fly ball to right. Stein will make the, or Schmidt will make the grab. Oh, that's Dubitrescu. Okay. Once again, we're playing from behind. We have led for exactly like half an inning. Bonifacia. Fly ball to center field. Clotida makes the grab. Ready, lefty. Let's go with Lauf. Sam Lauf into the game to deal with Marlin. To second. That's a double play, thank goodness. Hemskirk finally turns one. Oh, looks like Marlin is off for the day. We have Yannick Romain over at third base. Okay. Interesting. Credit where credit is due. Lauf gets out of the inning. Only needed 5 pitches to do it as well. Then Overland getting loose. Really must be different over here in Honkbal Hoofdklasse. Van Gorkum ends the top of the fourth. Oop, nope, never mind. Just Van Ovelen into the game to deal with Salasa. Plunked. There's going to be a lot of pain this season, I can tell. This isn't going to be like the Hanwha Eagles where I just turn the entire team over and we win in year one. Sim Nyman running into trouble. It's Trump. Martin Schmid getting loose. Part of me wonders if the Out of the Park guys, the devs may not have tuned this that well. I gotta check to see what this league was at in 25. Yeah, the entire league has control issues. Down by 2. Franklin Van Gerp has sat on the bench for most of this series. Our new stopper is into the game. Clotida dives and can't come up with it. Mercado probably would have had it. Marnix Rubin continues to burn this Pioneers club.
Strike 3.
Michael Bennett heading to the bullpen. Gedeon Marlin entering the game as a pinch hitter. Take over at third base. All right, second and first with nobody out. Come on, Pedro. Sedley Carell with 2 walks. Schmid now.
Strike 3.
Strikeout victim. Bolivar. Tries to inside out this one. It's a pop fly to second. Ay, ay, ay. Hatma. Wild pitch. Pioneers are going to score one here. Tying run standing at second. Roll to Awesomes. Michael Bennett takes over again. Come on, Hernandez. Base is loaded. Bennett's cooked. We got to get Hoyer loose. In front of home plate. Can we get one out? No. Dreyer picks up an infield hit. I've seen enough. We lose 11-1. Oh no, we're heading to Curacao next. All right, Mercado's out for a while. We need another pitcher is what we need. Call up Cornelison again. Some of these guys have some ugly ERAs. Butsum starts the season atop Hofklasse. Brandon Santiago will be taking over in center field. That I have questions about. I'd much rather have Smeet there. So because we don't have Neptunus Family Stadion just yet, we're going to quick sim this one, and then we'll play the game on the 19th. 5-4 loss. Oh, we got walked off on. Team's cursed. I noticed, like, this is really weird. I don't want to say we're going to, like, throw this in the bin, but let's at least look at what Out of the Park 25 does. While we do that, I did promise you something. I did say we were going to do this. Because for the first time in a while, I actually have a webcam again. And for the first time also in a while, we have stuff in the mail. Hello, folks. Tesuiji here, at least from the neck down. This is one of 2 jerseys I acquired over the last week or so. My loving wife decided I deserved a treat. This is an early birthday present. It is a Toronto Maple Leafs IBL jersey. So not the hockey team, but the baseball team that predates the hockey team. I wanted this as soon as they came out with their new uniform design. The stitching's a little bit ragged, but who cares? It looks classy. And the other thing I got, okay, you know I've coveted this for a while. They finally started to sell the 2025 Hanwha Eagles jerseys. I got one. And it's glorious. And yes, I did get the cheat code Ro Si Juan on the back. I am so thrilled that I have this now. Of course, it's the immediate week after I'm done playing in Honkball Hofklasse, but whatever. Make do what you can. This has been stuff, we get stuff in the mail. Yeah, so that's okay. That's the issue. In Out of the Park 25, the starting and relief pitcher stamina is 850. For some reason, in the base game of Out of Park 26, it's 105. I'll keep the rest of the modifiers as they are. But we are definitely fixing this. And we're doing it across the leagues. And maybe I increase spring training length up to 2 weeks. I don't know. Netherlands pitching legend Tom de Blok on the bump up against Antonio Velez. As Neptunus comes to Pioneers Park. One out triple. That's less than ideal. Santiago. Good play. Holds the runner. Danny Brito. 2-0. Up the middle. Hernandez can't get to it, and we're once again playing from behind. It's a short season. We've already gone winless for 10% of it.
Strike three.
Dirksen goes after a bad pitch. Tom de Blok, 28 years old. Dominant pitcher. You know, capable of playing at the international level. Marlin standing at second. Okay, and no shame of that. Booted by the first baseman, Dirksen. Runners at the corners for Bolivar. And he pops it sky high. At least Velez is pitching like an ace. Dimitrescu to center field. Runner does not tag. Molero, too good out there. Hemskirk. Gang, I'm beginning to suspect we're just a bad team. The important thing is we stay out of the bottom spot in Hoofdklasse so we don't get relegated. I do not want to have to make an entire 8 teams worth of jerseys. I just want to make the one for the team that gets promoted. Oh, make the play. Nice. Brito back to the pitcher's mound. And Velez ends the top of the third. Velez is cruising. Give him credit. Line to left. I think that's going to be Schmidt or that's Cloditar. Oh, it's Burleson. Okay. Bases loaded, 1 out. Infield is in and shifted against Brito. And it's through the wickets of Hernandez. What are we doing? Come on, go home. All right. Oh, the behind the back throw. Did you see that? Bolivar showing him how it's done. Marlin to home. Behind the back flip. All right, Heemskirk steals second. Mile high pop up. You know, it's supposed to be a BABIP of 313. I'm beginning to realize that's for the other team, not us. Maxion den Kiekboom, or Kelkboom, that's a name. Sam Nyman getting loose. Once again, we can't come up with it. Maybe I should have gotten for a better defensive shortstop. DH, Stein Vandermeer. Fly ball to right. Dumitrescu. I mean, yes, I expected Curacao to be good. But this is getting ridiculous. Can we at least get Tom DeBlock out of the game? No, of course not. Nyman's in. We have given up 12 hits. To stretch time we go. All right, Van Gorkum gets his way aboard on a pitch hit single to the opposite field. Hemskirk is going to erase that right away. Great work. At this point, let Nyman go a little bit longer. DeBlock's still in the game. Brito with runners at first and second and nobody out. That is trouble. Telling you, the team's cursed. Nick Los into the game. Still nobody out. Okay, I'm going to let the bench coach handle this one. Okay, we got 4 in the end, but still. Oh and 5. At least the Pirates are down here with us. And we lost 11-0 at Neptunus's place. All right, we got to make some adjustments. Bennett's going to get a start here. Okay, I like that setup. Hatma has been disappointing. So has Bolivar. Still looking for our first home run on the season. Geistjar's been doing well. Marlin has not. We host the Twins. They employ Daryl Collins, Signarf Loopstock, and Jürgen Switzer. right, good work by Hemskirk. Bennett, my dude, you're going to give me heart palpitations.
Strike three.
Axel Postman's full count.
Strike three.
Delayed strike 3. Bennett hanging in there. Bolivar standing at second. Hemskirk. Swing and a miss. Schmidt goes the opposite way. That'll fall for a base hit. I think that might give us a tie game. Yes! Schmidt ties it. Mavison.
Strike three.
Why do we have a DH with that rating? Ay, ay, ay. I'm beginning to realize maybe we shouldn't have put both of our foreign player slots in the catching position. That curveball bounced before he swung. Corners in against Postman's.
Strike three.
Called strike 3. Michael Bennett showing him how it's done with 5 Ks on the day. Blocked by Bolivar. 3-0 count. Into right field, Van Gorkum. The Gork. Second and first. Nobody out for Marlin. I am begging you to figure out how to swing a stick. Potita popped up to center field and caught. Osterhout. All right, 2-out single up the middle. Can we actually take the lead? Yes! Edouard Bolivar. 2-out RBI single. And the Pioneers will have their first multi-run lead of the season. 2-out single. Again. Van Gorkum standing at second. It's happening! Rachelon Caroli, or Carolina. Curaçaoan center fielder. Into the dirt in front of home plate. Bolivar does not have a play except a second. Postman's. Works the walk. Dangerous Daryl Collins. I swear, bases on balls are going to be the end of me. Semlauf getting loose in the bullpen. Loopstock to the shortstop. That'll end the inning. Bases stranded, loaded. Schmidt standing at second. Okay. Mavison goes fishing. Burleson up the middle. That's going to get the run back. This is the way the team's supposed to play. All right, avoided the double play. Good, good. Fangul, not going to try that one. Sit down Lauf. Let's see if we can't get Bennett our first win of the season. Gedeon Marlin deep to left field and on the warning track. Okay, he got his 5 innings. We're good. Get Lauf in there. Then Hoyer. Ooh, Mark Schmidt with our first home run of the season. The team, she is coming together. Hope springs eternal. Romgans loads him up. Renz Romgans has loaded the bases. Why is this man pitching? Osterhout, do you really have no one else? Bolivar beats out an infield single. Vanden Duane to center field. All right, we're going to let Lauf go a half inning here. Let's get Hoyer loose again. Jerzy Van Gool. Luke Bunn, the pinch runner over at first. Here's Carolina again. Roll to first. Van Gorkum. Wild pitch. It's going to get past Postman's. Why are we looking down at the fans? Clotida will ground out, but it's a productive out. 9-2 the score. Bolivar skies this to second. Sven Hoyer trying to protect a 7-run lead. Darryl Collins will be swinging on the first pitch. Shot to center field. Schmidt can't come up with it. Fangul, pinch hitter. And it's plunks him. Ay. Hoyer is blowing up here. Van Gerp getting loose. Donnie Kuiper now. Drawn in outfield, succeeds. Clotida makes the grab. Stefan Schoonheit. 1-1 on the way from Hoyer. Back to the mound. To home for one. On to second. Not in time. Max Kops. Last hope for the Twins. Fly ball to left. Burleson ends it. The Pioneers finally pick up their first win of the season, 9-2. Hope springs eternal in Hoofddorp. So we're just about done here. Back-to-back wins. Just like that, we're back on in good standing. Pirates in the relegation zone. Mercado still not figuring it out. See here the salaries we owe folks. Velez and Van Gerp are on auto renew. I mean, both of them are definitely earning their keep. Clotilda's probably not. I want to see more from Starling Hatma. Maybe we put him at first? Anyways, the next game you see from me on Saturday will be our series finale. We go for the sweep against the Osterhout Twins. You'll also see me next on Wednesday with the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters, the back third of the 2018 season. We are in an absolute dogfight with the Dodgers. Can we stay ahead? All right, let's take a look at the Eerste Klasse. Looks like Den Haag, the Storks, just ahead of the Wassenaar Greens. In Tweede Klasse, the Warthogs and the Flying Petrels currently in the promotion spots. And down in Derde Klasse, it's Amsterdam Quick and the Tilburg Blue Lions. The key is stay ahead of the Pirates and figure out what's wrong with Gedeon Marlin. I mean, he's taking the walks. On base is 324. He just can't get a hit to save his life. I'm hoping O'Coin can come up with a good start this time. Needless to say, we're not going to be extending a 49-year-old after this year. I'm going to see who else is streaming out of the park right now. Looks like Ripley the Oriole is, so I will be raiding y'all into him for your late night experimental out of the park play. Curious to see who else is going to be streaming later tonight. I think I've said my piece, done what I can. Back-to-back wins will go for the sweep next Saturday. Time is precious, folks. I'm grateful you've chosen to spend some of yours with me tonight. Congratulations to our Mob the Bob winners. Let's finish the weekend strong, shall we? Firage, take us out. Sweet dreams, everyone.